Okay, welcome back. If you're joining us and following through the training that I'm doing with my client, Sophie, you are going to like today's training because we are going to structure it in such a way that you can follow along. In fact, Sophie will be asking questions which you may have, but you're not able to ask, and I'll be able to answer those questions. So normally when I do this session with my clients, I get together with them once a week. We go over what is it that we did last week, and we go over on creating what we need to do this week, and with operating within a particular structure that we put in place right at the beginning. And if you are looking to do this as a coach or a consultant, you're doing that for your client. Remember, the end goal in what we do is to provide a real solution for our client, a solution that they can apply to their business and that will actually produce the result that they want. In this case, I'm working with a client of mine, Sophie, who is in the healthcare sector, and we are creating a marketing plan that she can deploy that is going to produce results in several years to come, because what we are creating is something that she can use now, tomorrow, for a long time, because these becomes assets she uses in business and directing people from there to where they are. Just like I'm going to do at the end of this recording. If you are not yet my client, you'll be able to see over my shoulder how I help my client. And if it helps you and you feel like you like the way I take my client through the journey and you would like me to do exactly the same thing with you, you may apply to become one of my clients, and I'll be delighted to help you. And remember, I only take a certain amount of clients with a certain attributes. That is why I request all my prospective clients to apply. That way I can see if I can help them, because the whole goal of what I do is to literally help people do what they do best by putting the marketing aspects, in there for them. Now, Sophie, thank you for taking time. You may recall that last time we were looking at certain features here using our workflow that we wanted to create an open plan. Last part, so I can send you some details for you to work with. And then we talked about the marketing plan, how we're going to work on that. Now, fortunately, we managed to clear that. That is done, which is really good. And this is where we are right now. Any questions from the last activity before I move on?
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm quite clear at the moment. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So, if you're to look at this, so remember we identified 4 main areas that you are very good at, that you're going to help any startup within the social care industry.
Mm.
Okay, so number 1 of those areas is compliance. Right?
Yes.
And the other one was recruitment, if I remember well.
That's right.
What was the other one? It was to do with servicing the client. The clients that they will be looking after. What was the last one? Just for
I'm not sure. It may have mandatory training.
Okay, maybe training. I'll just put in a training here.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, Sophie, which will be the focus for this week, is to create content around these areas that we are going to put out, which is going to position us as the go-to person. So, in other words, what we are aiming this week and maybe next month is to focus on one area at a time. So, we're going to have small boxes here for completion's sake. And again, if you are a coach or a consultant, when you're helping your clients, you want to map up their journey ahead of them so they know where they are and what they need to do. Have that clear accountability, because it will keep them going during the times when things are a little bit tougher, because you will have moments that are a little bit tough. But if people know where they are, you can always pick them up. So, for example, there are areas around compliance that everyday people want to know about. But they are very important. For example, one area, if I remember well, is CQC is not an enemy, right? You can create content around that. Say it's not an enemy. Why is it not an enemy? You give the reasons for that. So you are creating content around this. And another area it may be your compliance with the local authority. Maybe it's like the regular Q&A that the local authority may do. Why is it you are supposed to work with them in a certain way? So we're creating 4 area. Now, this is the beautiful thing. You only have to create one content. For example, like the masterclass, like the one I was talking to you earlier on about. Masterclass. Again, this is very easy. It's like 30 to 45 minutes long of content.
Right.
We will use the minutes long. We will then use this to create article, to create Facebook Live, to create YouTube, and create what we call the omnipresent, where you are everywhere for everyone to see you.
Beautiful.
This is where we want you to be there, right? So that people can see you. And then after we've got all this content here, we'll then move on to the second aspect of what is it that you help. We do exactly the same thing. We create the masterclass. We then create small videos, like snippets of that masterclass. We convert the masterclass, the 30 to 45 minutes long, into an ebook format so that those who prefer to read, they have access to it. So we do that for each and every aspect of these. Now, once you have these, you now have covered all areas of what you are very good at, what you can help people with. And when people search about recruitment, you are found. When people search about servicing your clients, you are found. When they search about training, you are found. What you have done, you've covered all areas. Here's the magic. You do this once, and everything works in synergy. At the end of your creation here, like the masterclass, you will say, if you want to learn more about recruitment, which is another area, you can book a free strategy call with me on learnwithsophie.com.
Wonderful.
And then they will be sent to you, and you just have the conversation with them. And once you're with them, because you know these areas already, you're going to upsell them, and they're going to ask questions about recruitment and say, well, this is very good. I'll give you all the answers that you want about recruitment. But remember, you also need to be compliant. Now,
that's right.
I help people with compliant for a fixed rate of this. Would that be of interest? And they're going to say, oh, there's compliant. Yes, I know that there's compliant. I also know that there is servicing. So you are giving them one aspect for free. When they come on your strategy session with you, you close them to become clients so you can serve them in other areas of life. Now, here's the magic. Here's what happens after that. When you have completed all these 4 training areas, people are going to say, she knows what she's talking about. We might as well just hire her as our consultant to work with us. Can you see how powerful that is? And then you can do the things that you do. Yeah. So that's about content creation. Any question about that?
Yeah. To be honest, because of the way you explain things, you've just made me rearrange information in my head. I've just realized that to be able to captivate the audience and get people interested in what I'm good at, I think I will be sort of rearranging the order of the 4 boxes. Exactly. And I think the catchphrase or the tagline would be starting a new care agency. That's right. And then it will be registering with CQC, because that's where all my customers start looking for someone. It's really the CQC registration. So the first box will change it, okay? You've just sort of helped me think clearer. Absolutely. From explaining what you're explaining. Yeah. It will change from compliance to registering a new care business with the Care Quality Commission or CQC registration. That's what people struggle with. And then compliance follows that. Yeah, that's it.
You see, now with that explained, it means people will now need this. And then with time, I'm going to show you how you can upsell this so that you say, I'll do this for you for free. Or you can say, for example, when we create a book on how to do that from your masterclass, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Once we create that book, when we sell it, we say, you've got this. However, you also want to learn about recruitment. I've put together enough training for you to get started. It will cost this amount of money. It's an upsell, or you can give them 2 upsells which are different. And anyone within that field, they will see the value of the other because they don't compete, they complement each other.
That's it.
What's even wonderful about this is you will end up having several streams of income. There is the upsell here and also the actual consulting when it comes to that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Any other questions regarding what we have covered today?
The only thing is I can comment that your class, I think, was set deliberately to stir up, if you know what I'm saying, to stimulate, the thought pattern.
That's right.
Of your clients. You're very good at identifying people's strong areas, and then where you do your class, it almost realigns, the thought pattern of a client. I can't believe how clear I am so far in the process.
Yes, yeah. It gets even more exciting because when we finish this part, I am going to show you how you are going to close people up. After you pre-frame them as to your expertise and how you do that, when they finally come to you, it's not like you are begging them to become your clients, but they are begging you to become your clients. And then you can charge them whatever amount of money you want because in their heads, they already perceive you as the go-to expert. In fact, when they go to sleep, they'll think, I think Sophie can help me with this. When a problem comes in, the first person that comes into their mind will be you. And that's a good place to be because you can now charge not only the time that you can spend with them, but the knowledge that you've already given out.
Lovely.
Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, I'm going to end our recording here, and then we dive into the exact how-to of doing this, which all my clients have access to it. Is that okay, Sophie?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Now, if you are a coach or a consultant and you want to figure out how to do exactly like I'm doing, I've got a consulting program that I make available to Or very simple, easy to use, easy to consume. It's a 6-week program that I run for all my clients, where I show you how to get clients, how to convert those clients, and also how to service those clients with ease without so much stress on your part. And also you can do it even fast in a very predictable manner. And this is also available to my coaching client. On top of that, I jump on call literally every week, once a week, to answer any questions or that you may have, or any comment that you may have, to make the whole program much easier. And again, if you want to learn more, just click the link below, or just go to learnwithyokai.com, and I'll be able to have a strategy session with you, and you'll learn far much from that. With that said, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Again, Sophie, thank you for allowing us to learn with you and to be part of your journey.
My pleasure. Thank you.